have a special one for you today. You don't want to miss on the content I have on this episode. We are talking with regards to the local government elections coming up in November, so stay tuned.
SFTE, ethic, power, truth, insight.
The ballot box is no longer the only place where elections are being fought. Today, political battles are happening on our phones through WhatsApp, TikTok, Instagram, Facebook, and YouTube. But here's the question. Could a weak Wi-Fi signal actually influence who wins an election? As South Africa enters the 2026 political landscape, access to information is increasingly becoming more important to political participation. A voter can follow debates, compare manifestos, watch rallies, and receive political messaging in real time. But what about the voter who cannot? South Africa is not experiencing one digital reality. In urban centers, high-speed connectivity allows political information to move almost instantly. A speech can happen in the morning and become a viral clip by lunchtime. But where connectivity is expensive, unreliable, or unavailable, political information moves differently. So are we creating two different democracies within one country? Imagine two voters. One has fiber, affordable data, constant access to political information. The other relies on limited connectivity, radio, community conversations, and word of mouth. Both have one vote, but do they have the same access to information needed to make that vote? This is where the digital divide becomes more than a technological problem. It becomes a democratic problem. Then there's the algorithm. Social media doesn't simply show us politics. It increasingly determines what we see. And if you repeatedly engage with one political viewpoint, algorithms can continue feeding you similar content. Eventually, your feed can begin to look like reality itself. But your feed isn't the whole country. It is a personalized version of itself. This creates a political echo chambers where voters repeatedly encounter the information that reinforces what they already believe. Two South Africans can experience the same election while receiving completely different political realities through their phones. Then comes the cost of participation. If political information increasingly exists online, but access depends on your ability to afford data, economic inequality can become political inequality. And political parties understand the power of digital campaigning, like an old lady that we are quite familiar with. They can produce short-form videos, target specific audiences, use influencers, and distribute messages through private networks. Which brings us to WhatsApp. A political message can move from one family group to another, then into a community group, reaching hundreds of people without ever passing through a journalist or a fact checker. Information can travel faster than verification, but online engagement doesn't necessarily equal political participation. Keep that in mind. Someone can share political videos all day and still never vote. They can debate politics online without ever appearing at a polling station. So we need to distinguish between visibility and influence. A video receiving million views doesn't mean a million votes. But digital platforms can still influence what voters see, discuss, and consider important. And now we have artificial intelligence where it can produce political images, videos, and personalized messaging at extraordinary speed. That creates an opportunity for political communication, but also raises a difficult question about misinformation, manipulation, and whether voters can distinguish authentic political communication from artificially generated content. It is about who gets to participate in the information environment surrounding democracy. Two voters can stand in the same queue on election day, holding the same ballot paper while experiencing completely different political realities beforehand. And that brings us to the bigger question. Who gets to enter the digital political battlefield? Because the next political kingmaker may not be a political party. It can be an algorithm, can be the cost of data, could be a WhatsApp group, or it could simply be whether your phone has a signal when the political conversation is happening. The digital divide is becoming a political divide. And if access to information increasingly shapes political participation, then meaningful internet access is becoming part of the infrastructure of democracy. The ballot paper may still be paper, but the political battlefield is increasingly digital. This is the SFTB Africa Special Edition desk only on SFTB Network. Alright. A connected voter who can follow debates, compare manifestos, watch rallies, and receive political messaging in real time. But what about the voter? Then if political information increasingly exists online, but access depends on your ability to afford data. If political information increasingly exists online, but depends on your ability to afford data, economic inequality can become a political Let's start again. If political information increasingly exists online, but access depends on your ability to afford data, economic inequality becomes political equality. If political information increasingly exists online, access even. The ballot paper may still be a paper, but hallelujah. The ballot paper may still be a paper,